Yo, Mr. Jumbo in Diablo 4, and I kind of want to talk about my experience to level 80 so far and how it will probably go until I'm level 100. I play this game very casually. I also play other games like World of Warcraft and Apex Legends, Path of Exile a lot right now, so I'm not focusing all my time into this game, which is why I'm only level 80 right now. So let's start out with how I started. Well, I picked a rogue because I was looking at all the characters and this fits my style the most. So I went with rogue. I went into tier 2 at the beginning and I started to do the campaign. I would say the beginning of the campaign was not that special. I didn't got my twisted blades yet. I didn't have like the really good stuff yet, like the Codex of Power to get me through a lot of the beginning parts. So I was like level 30 or something, and then I had like the Twisted Blades return on my crossbow, and then the game became a lot better. But I was blasting through everything. I went through the entire campaign. I would say that you know the druid guy, how he died. Well, I hated that so much, man. I love that character, man. He is so good, man. I love the voice acting in this game. And just the entire story is so compelling. It just gets you through that. There are so many dumb moments in the campaign too, but it kept me going. It was a blast to do the campaign once. And I had a great time doing that. The campaign bosses were a joke. Like literally all the bosses in the campaign were a joke. And let's continue with after the campaign what I did then. So I did the first capstone dungeon right after I defeated Lilith at the end of the campaign. I just blasted through it. I didn't die once. There was very much a lot of... it was very easy. I would say the first capstone dungeon was too easy. I went into tier 3, I got my sacred. Well, how I got the sacred I'll tell you now. So what I did was, I did the Tree of Whispers, because whenever you hit level 50 and you also got the new world here, you got the Tree of Whispers. So I went and do that a little bit. It wasn't that rewarding. Then I saw on my map a Helltide, so I went to Helltide. And there I actually found some upgrades, sacred gear, and I kept grinding Helltide whenever I could, whenever I'm online. I also did the side quest, I did the renown and everything, so that was a lot of fun. Well, the statues of Lilith reminded me a lot of like Genshin Impact whenever you go for Anemoculus. Like you also got the interactive map and you just go them off one by one, like you do in Genshin Impact. So that was like PTSD flashbacks. I really didn't like that. And it also hurt my soul to hear that I have to do the entire Codex of Power and I have to do all this shit again whenever the new season starts, all the renown. It was also very sad that whenever you make like a new character and you look on the map, everything is undiscovered and you had to do like everything again. Like it was... that was really sad, because I wanted to make another character, but then I'm like, do I want to discover everything again? No, I don't really want to go through the entire map and then discover everything again. It's just very, very annoying. So then I was doing side quests. The side quests were not that bad, but the thing is, like, I never watched like guides for this game. So whenever I started doing the side quest, I had to do like the Codex of Power dungeons again while I already did them. And that was really sad, because I just wasted a lot of time doing that. And that wasn't that nice. So then the capstone dungeon 3 to go into like the torment difficulty, I kept on dying, and I didn't understand how I got one-shotted. And what I did was I put HP on my rings, on my chest piece and on my helmet. And by putting HP on everything, I was able to outlive the capstone dungeon boss by spamming potions, because you got so much HP that you will basically like out-heal his damage, so you just beat him. But then I went into torment difficulty. I was like level 59. Yeah, I was level 59. I went into torment difficulty. and everything was super hard because they were like over 10 levels higher than me. And I was just so like into it that I wanted to fight all those enemies in difficulty 4. Like, I didn't want to go back to difficulty 3. I just didn't want to do that. So what I did was look at everything that I could do to upgrade. But it was really difficult because you had sacred gear, like really bad sacred gear, while you were on like difficulty 4, torment difficulty, fighting level 73 monsters. So that was pretty bad. That was a pretty bad time. I was also playing alone, so that was even worse. And I went to the Tree of Whispers. The Tree of Whispers was dog shit. Like, it didn't give me anything whenever I was in torment difficulty. It was so useless. So what I did then was I did open world events, but they were too hard to do when I just entered torment difficulty. So then I was like thinking, what should I do next? So I looked for obol things, and they were not giving me ancestral gear yet, because you get that from level 73. So I was like lost for a moment. I was wandering around, and then I went into Helltide, and Helltide actually gave me all the gear that I needed to survive in World Tier 4. Like, Helltide actually got me through like that gap. I was like level 60 then, level 61. I was doing Helltides, and those Helltides basically gave me gear that was good enough to fight level 73 monsters like consistently without dying or anything or having troubles. So congrats to Helltide. It was a lot of fun to do. So I did that, and then I realized that I had ancestral gear that had like 2 or 3 good stats, and I had to reroll them with Forgotten Souls. And because all I did was doing Helltide, I had like 200 Forgotten Souls, so I could like keep on rerolling my gear. That was a lot of fun, but there was so much gold needed. So I was like, okay, what gives me the most gold? Then I was looking at group content with dungeons. It gives a lot of gold because there were so many elites. But the elites got nerfed, like they got removed from dungeons. I didn't really like that too much. That was really sad, because I liked like killing a lot of elites in dungeons. But it is what it is. You gotta live with it. Then they also nerfed the XP, and that was another hit in my ass, because I like to run the normal dungeons over the nightmare dungeons. And the reason why I like to run the normal dungeons over the nightmare dungeons is by the nightmare dungeons there's always like an objective that you have to do. Well, in a normal dungeon you don't have to do an objective, you just kill the monsters. But the objective in like a nightmare dungeon keeps you from progressing further into the dungeon, which means you're killing less monsters an hour than in a normal dungeon. Which is why for grinding XP I liked going more into normal dungeons, but they nerfed that now, and now it's useless. So now I'm doing only nightmare dungeons. So that's kind of that. That was really sad. They also nerfed my rogue a little bit with the twisted blades. I don't understand. I don't feel that overpowered or anything, but it just made twisted blades worse than it was before. It's the same thing with Berserker, that the Berserker has those shouts, and what they did was they fuck up the rage with shout, so you couldn't have permanent shout up anymore. And that's just like really bad that they nerf like the shouts that way instead of just reducing the damage it does. Like, just keep the shout up, you know what I mean? You just want to spin around, you don't want to have like downtime, or you just want to go full dick on it, you know what I mean? It's the same thing with me and Twisted Blades. I just want to like spin with my Twisted Blades. And don't stop spinning with my Twisted Blades. Like, that's just a lot of fun, you know what I mean? But they're taking fun away from the game. And every time I see that by the new update that they nerf more and nerf more, it's gonna take longer to level, it's gonna take longer to play a class, it's gonna take longer to build a class, it's gonna take longer to do this, longer to do that. It's just not fun. And that's kind of how I feel about the game right now. If they keep on nerfing everything, then they basically kill themselves like they do with fucking World of Warcraft. But that's just my opinion about it. What I'm gonna do towards level 100, I'm probably just gonna run nightmare dungeons between 30 and 50 or something, and I just keep on going until I hit level 100, I suppose. And after that, I might like grind for gold or something, like to get 1 billion gold. I don't know yet. But that's kind of like how it goes right now, my experience right now. And I hope you guys enjoyed watching this. Have a great time, and I just keep on going.